All right, y'all. Give me a couple seconds. I was kind of staring at statistics, not paying attention at the time. Got my latest video out. Got to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, but I got it done. I've got a pretty beastly PC when it comes to editing and everything like that. Comes to video editing. It does really well. But even then, a 48-minute video, you know, takes a little under 40 minutes to render. And then a little under 40 minutes to render and export. Music. The music is from Uther Riley. My day's okay. All right. Yeah, everything's working. Welcome, everybody. You like it? Glad you do. Update the PTU and do some PTU stuff. Who else was that? We've got Star Jump Grim and Tristpone. So excited for the direction of the game right now. Tech preview in 4.4. It's important to remember that CIG always does this at the end of every year. This is a continuous common thing that CIG does. So don't get yourselves, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, don't get yourselves too worked up about this is the pace that of them going forward. Because they're going to hit the fucking brakes in January. And we're going to get back to like crumbs and maybe one or two things between January and September. And then they're going to try to throw everything at the wall between September and November and December. I enjoyed the dive to ASD and Dr. Yort. Hope we encountered a mutated Yort abomination in the future storyline. I do too. I realize who Dr. Yort reminds me of, which is, I mean, he's clearly a Dr. Frankenstein-alike. But in the 40K universe, he's very similar to Fabius Bile, seeking to create the perfect human for the survival of humanity. Pretty cool. He's Victor Frankenstein. That is who he is. They already said that the pace they've made this year is unsustainable. Yes, I know. But the thing is that it's easy to get swept up into all of the stuff that they're doing right now and be like, hey, they're moving. This is actually pushing forward, which it is. It's good, but just it's always a good reminder to be like, this is what they do every year. Enjoy it for what it is, but then come December, make peace with the fact that this won't happen again for another 9 to 10 months. Grim, Tristpone, and Execute. Thank you, Bellissimo. It was a lot of work. I basically spent an entire day just to get the footage of inside Onyx, which included getting all of that audio files, because some of those audio files were not in the leaked audio files, so I had to go through and record them manually. But shout out to Joe Freak and Witcher and who was it? There was another one who did it. Three of the lore guys showed up to help me out running that and getting those footage. So I just watched your ASD vid and I found one tiny mistake. You said Zach Stanford. His name is Zach Sanford. Whatever. Go comment that. Zach Sanford. Oh, in the yeah. Yeah, it's 48 minutes long, so. I mean, we're gonna talk about the Clipper for sure. So just so you know, this is based off of the leaks mostly, from what we've seen, but the ships that they are announcing. PTU crashed. I've been having this problem where it'll crash at launch. The Perseus, the Hermes, the Grey Cat MDC, the Alpha Wolf, the Drake Clipper, and the RSI Salvation. We know for sure the Clipper is in there, and possibly the Salvation. We know the Perseus, and we definitely know the Perseus. It's the MDC, the Alpha Wolf, and the Hermes, which we don't know. Hermes is a possibility. Of those ships, though, I think only the Clipper, the Clipper, and the Perseus are new. Gollum Ox. Okay. Hermes for December. There's no patch for December, but they could release it for December. I don't possibly. Ibrahim Sphere won't download the new into a new body while in quantum connection to being up. If you could put someone in a quantum Faraday cage, you could get 2 clones of the same person simultaneously, bringing the original out, and then they can connection reestablished to both clones exist simultaneously in 2 different places. This drives them almost immediately insane, but it's a faster form of but it's a form of faster than light communications. I approve of this. That sounds almost exactly like the ethereal choir of psychics in 40K. How you know, various colonies communicate with each other through the warp, and they blow their brains out, and then they fight to the death. Yes. Listen, Yorit hasn't been captured. The only thing I didn't put in there is that there's some discrepancy, because when you enter Site B, when you actually enter Project Hyperion, it has a Yorit starts speaking to you directly, but you don't find him anywhere. And it's like, I don't know what you're here to, if you're here to stop me, but you're not going to stop science or whatever. So my personal belief is that Yorit should return. Yorit will return. He should return as a spoiler story. Like, this is where I'm of 2 minds. I believe that the Star Citizen writers can write a good fucking story. They can create, and the narrative design, the mission design, gameplay, they can do a good goddamn game. They can do good stories within the game. But they need to be given time. I like how they do it in the culture. You can spend clones of yourself out FTL across the universe to work for you when they're done what they're meant to do. It keeps crashing.
You can take away my spaceship.
Spaceship.
You can take away my space suit.
Suit.
You can even take away my space lasers.
No pew-pews.
But you can never,
Never.
ever
Ever.
take away my space game.
I have AMD, so it might be the AMD drivers fucking up.
Rhino_separate just resubscribed for 8 months.
That's crashing. Thank you so much for that 8 months to support the Rhino. You're very important, Papa. Very impressed, Mr. Very neat pedestrian. You rock. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut down the Vulkan SDK. All right, well, let me do that real quick. Let's see if we can actually get it to work. Well, now it's crashing even with the PTU and the live right now. Basically, I'm trying to have it. I'm trying to launch the game, and it gets to like the loading. It loads up the easy anti cheat, and then it crashes. Is this the EAC crashing? All right. What version of Radeon are you on? I have no idea. I don't think this is a CIG issue. This is an AMD issue. I don't know how to roll back the drivers with the because I use the whatever their adrenaline edition thing to do my stuff. I'm brand new to if you have AMD and Windows 11, you can't use the new driver. Yeah, my current driver version is 5.11.1. Yeah, it probably did auto update. Vulkan runtime. I've seen the Vulkan Luna RG. Is that the one I'm supposed to look for? What's up, Vulcan? Or what's up, Jokero? Nice. Come on. 5 Battletech warship miniatures. Nice. Okay. I have the Vulkan SDK installed. Try this now. The cat has put out new Aerospose? I don't know. Now it's saying waiting for game. Hey, it's launching. Good. Okay. Nick's system. Funny thing, this is a bug, I know, or this is a mistake on their part. Stanton system, Pyro, Nick's system. Pyro isn't a system, it's just Pyro. Never change it, CIG. Never change it. Jovial seismometer. So it worked for me. Well, I downloaded the SDK and I rolled it back to 9.1 and it seemed to work. I love this music. Erase all my, no, I didn't. Weapons. I'm gonna go buy something at the. Then we'll head out. Performance seems to be improving. It's still a little bad, but you know. You're always going to get some little bad stuff until CIG goes through and does the full overhauls. Levski never change. Someone mining? Yeah, Vulcan might improve performance, and I think there's a lot. They've been doing a lot of stuff to the engine as well, so. Party Pico. Come with me, Party Pico. As is tradition. Never let that die, chat.
Approaching the station momentarily. Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
Getting some stutters here and there. Also, if anyone can get me this image from the files, I want this. I want this. I'm going to go print it out and put it on my walls. On my wall. Yeah. Yeah, you can still do that. I'll show you where you can go. One. So you can buy, visit Pyro, get crabs. I love it. So you can buy the Tanogi. You get all of the like the Banu shirts, human food bars. You can also buy little models. You can buy the dice. You can buy the water bottles. Oh, you can buy a Star Kitten mug. Bronze vase. Nice. Big Berries t-shirt. Yeah. Get the Star Kitten helmet, like I said. Gaslight helmet. Okay. There is also a clothing place. There's all these hats. So you want a hat? There's corduroys. We're bringing Latsky back. Hey! There's the shelf stable. Oh, here it is. You can buy the Legion jacket. I'll buy this one actually because I like this one. Yep. The two-tone duster. So you can buy the duster. What do you have? This is somebody I know. Oh, it's Gunsmoke. Okay.
My friend, I got what you need and stuff you didn't even know you wanted.
I'm PTU. I'm in PTU. The tech preview doesn't have this. Let me do the tech preview. Actually, now that I got everything working.
You can take away my spaceship. You can take away my space suit. You can even take away my space lasers. But you can never, ever take away my space game.
Fuck.
Low_tep just resubscribed for 48 months.
Thank you so much, Lotep, for that 48 months of support. You're very important, Pupper, very impressive, Mr. Very pedestrian. You rock. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. There we go.
Them biddies.
At the Astropub, your new video on AST finally made sense of all the fine details about the law. I've played the missions a few times but couldn't make out much more than Jorrit Eval Science Dude. Thank you for all you do for the SC community.
No problem. Yeah, no, we need the golden jacket from another universe? Possibly. Optimizing shaders. I'm at 1%. All right, there's nothing here. Let me hit random a couple times and go. I like it. This is me now. I'll wait for the shaders to load. No problem, Raygun. Yeah, so CIG's, like I said, CIG's writers aren't bad. They know how to write a good story, and they know how to weave narratives and character dynamics. The thing about Nyx 1 that I really don't like right now is, yeah, just Stanton or Pyro with Stanton. Are you 18? Is that, it's clear that the writers don't have enough time to flesh out Nyx 1 with what they have. So they're trying to use what they have right now and then adjust on the fly. Who's ready to go mining in Nyx? Hey, I'm not a miner, but I definitely am a provider of very legitimate goods. But thank you for them biddies, by the way, Canless. Yeah, with what they were talking about, it could have just been Nyx 2. Like, personally, I think it would have been a better idea to do all the planets in Vulcan, in Genesis, and then do Nyx 2 with your experimental technology, and then produce Nyx 2 as a planet that you can't land on, but you can see in the distance. So you do Nyx 1 and Nyx 3, and you just have Nyx 2, and you can, and they just reuse assets from Squadron for like terraforming. So you can see it being terraformed in the process when it first gets added. And then you do a mission, like a big event, where you go do a bunch of resources to a station that you plop outside of Nyx 2. And then you do, and then the next patch, it's done. And you just swap over to a new palette of like a new planet. Like, that would have made a lot more sense, because like right now they're basically saying we have a way of terraforming smog worlds, and Nyx 2 is a smog world. So it's like, why not? I got the Pyro Crab t-shirt like once from Lazarus facility. Being able to buy one is so much better. It's so much more interesting. It's taking a while to optimize these shaders. So it's important to note that Vulcan is on by default in the in the tech preview, because basically the new version of Star Citizen, the new backend that they built, the game we're playing right now is not is the same engine. It's the same fundamental backend, or the same build as 4.0. And it's really 3.2.4. They've literally not had a engine, or had a major not engine, but a major version change of the back end for a year. So we're basically been playing on the same branch for a year. But all of the new versions that have things like engineering and crafting, all of them are built on a version which was built for Squadron, which is the one we're doing in the tech review. And all of them have Vulcan completed. Yep. No, and get in the wood chipper. Exactly. I stand with Patton Oswalt on that one. I don't know if my account's linked to Twitch. You go, it's linked to Twitch through your main account on the website, on CIG's website. Is there going to be Star Citizen 2 aiming when Squadron 42 and Star Citizen is completed? Probably not, because Star Citizen is almost certainly going to continue to evolve well beyond its 100 systems. But effectively, once they have the basic systems in, you're not going to see a sequel to Star Citizen. Star Citizen will just continue to build. They'll release new planets, or new star systems, new mission givers, new factions. Like, we've started to see that process right now. This is what they're able to do when they had no idea what they're doing, and they're still learning what they're doing in terms of like how everything works. They were able to release a new star system, 1/3 of a new star system, but a bunch of new factions, an entire new storyline, some new little dynamics here and there, some new missions. And this is with them with their worst tools they can have at the worst possible. This is as bad as they're ever going to be at this. Once they have all of the features in, when Star Citizen reaches its 1.0 status, then it's just going to be a series of tuning those, but also just adding new content. It's like asking this to be WoW 2. Yeah, but I mean, like, like I say, like Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2, there's a little bit different, but there will be multiple single-player games. Like, you got to remember that a large number of the, like, senior devs and executives who work at CIG were working for the company that built the Lego games. Why am I suddenly decreasing in temperature? Am I on fire?
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System.
Okay, we're gonna pull out the Drake Corsair.
Your vehicle may visitors again.
Like 100 times. No, but do you like the Nyx 1 terraforming lore thing? No. No, I don't. I think it's ham-fisted and a rush job. I can see where they're going with it, but it will still lead to a lot of questions. Like, in the best case scenario of what they're doing right now, this is a very loud game. There you go. Still very loud, but... There we go. Now it's not overwhelming. The best situation they can have is that up until now, the People's Alliance has managed to project enough strength to not be entirely fucked over. But when this company tested the patience, effectively, of the People's Alliance by just deciding to terraform Nix 1 without requesting any help or without requesting any oh wow, it is pitch dark in here. What is this? Two power plants? Okay, I'm gonna turn on the sensors, the radar. I'm gonna turn down the weapons. Turn on the ship, but it doesn't seem to Alright, I haven't set up all my pods here. It's alright. Let's see if I can turn on the lights. So some of the lights are on. This must be a bug. Unless I did something wrong. Fixed, power plant fixed. Fuel's good. Cooling system, life support. Turn off the cooling here. Okay, keep the power off a little bit. very tiny. It's hard to see this. Pressure 1 atmosphere. Airlock. Cockpit life support. I don't really see any doors that I can control. Then again, it is Drake, so... So there's some issue here because the lights don't seem to be wanting to work. Oh yeah, I can't really do that.
Launch complete. Landing gear up.
Interesting. Maybe because I don't have my controls set up here. Very sluggish here.
You are clear to launch.
Oh, now I can actually move my huh, that's a weird bug. I usually fly by joystick, or like stick. So.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Have I tried what yet? Oh, I don't even see him on my end. I think it's because this is the guy who came in and was like shitting on engineering. Like every question it was asking was about engineering. And I was like, dude, take the hint. Please stop. Okay. So I'll just do it the right way. There we go. I banned him for 24 hours because he was doing nothing but shitting on engineering. And the fact that now all he's doing is shitting on engineering tells me, okay, so, he hasn't learned his lesson. For some reason, I don't like this. I don't know why it's doing this. Oh, I was having fun. Oh, well, I mean, I had removed him from the chat, so I wouldn't have been able to respond to him anyways, and if he's just gonna bother people, wow, I just cannot get fucking elevation. Is my... No, they're not down. What the fuck is wrong with this thing? Am I having power blackouts or something? Yeah, it should be. I don't know if the repair module's there. I don't know where you'd buy it. Because it's got to be like a module, right? No, I'm not in nav mode, but it's constantly pulling me down. What is nav mode? Is it N? No, that's landing mode.
Landing gear down. Landing gear up.
B. There you go. It's hold B. I don't use... The fudge. All right, something broke. Because it turned off my engine.
Engines online.
There we go. Let's go to a far location, see what happens. Where is that? That's Arc L5. Pyro Gateway, there we go.
Quantum drive is now on.
Podcast starts in like an hour or two. It starts at I'm gonna check the engineer real quick. everything seems like it's fine. Got a full... Fix the radar. I'm overheating my coolants a lot, so I'll have to repair those if they get like that. Was it Execute and Grim? It's Execute, Grim, and Twistpone. Twistpone. Yeah, so the thing is I don't use my keyboard and mouse. What do you mean engine's offline?
Engines online.
The fuck is going on?
Drive is now off.
Vehicle storage request approved. Storage space assigned.
Shield system online.
Oh, camera dead. Okay, give me a moment. Oh, I forgot to set up. I forgot to do a couple things. Give me a moment, chat. There we go.
Landing gear down.
So ships from the Zeus to the Connie size only really need one extra pip in their coolers to be stable at full power. Capitals require some fiddling though. Yeah, so far it's not too bad. It seems more like an additive thing than it is a.
Assigned storage space has been revoked.
The fuck you mean revoked?
Service complete. Connection terminating.
I need to set up my sticks. Later, Alex. Oh yeah, he was already bitching at me for making him wake up early.
Engines offline.
Because I volunteered him for it. And he was just like, alright, cool, I'm getting everybody else then. I'm seeing a little bit of a performance hiccup. It's not awful. Do some options real quickly. Graphics. and crash. So bigger ships need one player working as an engineer, basically. Yeah. But I mean, like, there was no issues that I had here. I'm sure if I started getting into combat and getting hit things, then it would be nice to have an engineer. But yeah. No, Grim's from the East Coast of the U.S.
You can take away my spaceship.
Spaceship.
You can take away my space suit.
Suit.
You can even take away my space lasers. But you can never,
ever
take away my space game.
Jamie's 12 just resubscribed for 28 months.
Thank you so much for that 28 months of support. You're very important, Pepper. Very impressed, Mr. Very pedestrian. This is your fault. Use room trigger night. Shots and cheers and jet y'all. Shots and cheers. Now you can get your revenge with the of our live stream with Execute. I want to see some reasons for engineering other than fixing problems, like buffs and positive stuff they can do to help. I could see something like that in the future, but a lot of that's going to also require CIG to add in crafting. You know? The reason I was going into my settings to change things around was because it was getting a little bit of like a whoa. It was doing this sort of like smooth, like smooth. And I know it's a setting that I could do to fix it, but options, graphics, VSync off. That's the reason why. Field of view is too low for me. No, and motion blur. Yeah, no film grain. Oh, so much smoother, so much better. So yeah, it's not all that different. I'm not going to really get into a fight with this with just myself, but it was good. It's good to kind of check this out to see what it's like. Maybe let's try a different ship.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Okay. It's a weird bug, but okay. I like how people even in this chat are like, oh no, yeah, this is not going to come out until the end of the year, and I'm like, yeah, I think it'll come out probably in like March or April of next year. Maybe one of the starters. I mean, I can, but I was thinking about like a medium ship, like a freelancer. But I don't know if the freelancer has everything working.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
No, we're not gonna have engineering live by ILW. Oh no, I'm thinking IAE. Yeah, maybe I buy ILW, because like they're not gonna have all the ships in. What are my thoughts on heavy fighters currently? I don't know have enough experience with them to know. So, yeah, Cutlass doesn't have one, and Connie doesn't either. But I think the Cutlass is easier than the Connie. The Connie needs an entire rework.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle stays with the
I'm not getting bad FPS. Server FPS is fine. It's like 11 FPS for the servers. No, we're not going to see the BLD for sale until they have base building in. The problem with heavy fighters right now, as far as I know, based off other people's experiences, is they don't seem to fit in the category of a fighter. A lot of people complain that they're not nimble or they're too nimble, and then if they're too nimble, then they just destroy light fighters pretty easily. So this should have some engineering because it does have components. I may be wrong on that one, though. Is that they're fat? No, it's just that they need to, let's see. Did it just say shield off, shield off?
Shield off.
It does have some stuff here. It does have a repair option for diagnostics. Slows power management. Weapon config. It's got shields booting up. Starlancer, Fortune, and Guardians are on the engineering list. Okay.
Systems off. Weapon system off.
Let's go use the Guardian then. Is the Spirit on that list? Because we could try the Spirit.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
I don't have a Spirit. Okay. I have a Star Runner. Which I know that's part of it. Scorpius. I have a Corsair, but the lights aren't working properly. Oh, there is a search bar. Nice.
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
Okay. I know the arrow works. Yeah, there's a search bar, which is nice. Oh, this is nice, but I don't have enough people to test stuff out with, so I think I'm gonna go back to the
Your
PTU.
vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
Vanguard's also on the list. From my limited experience, it doesn't seem like it's, I mean, obviously there are gonna be bugs and other weird things like that. But it doesn't seem all that different from what we have now, only if you take damage, you can now repair it. Let me set up the stream for the next... About an hour left, so. No armor and tech review, no. I don't have a C1, unfortunately. That's the issue. Oh, Iris. I need a quieter keyboard, but I like the clackety clacks. The only issue I have seen is that not all ships are ready for it. My hope is that if they slow down the release schedule, they can put at least one group of ship designers on just updating the ships for engineering. So they don't have to like push hard. I do think they're going to release it without all the ships having engineering, which means that some ships will have a disadvantage because they can't be fixed in the fly. But like the ships that won't have engineering are probably the oldest ships that need a rework. Like Freelancer and Connie need a fucking rework. They need a ground up rework. The 600i needs an interior redesign for sure. Jin, you're as bad as Escape at this point. But it's smart every time it gets brought up. Yeah, I agree. I would mention it when it comes out. That's true. Would you say for the sake of testing, CIG should probably have everyone test channel all the ships currently enabled in engineering? It's not like you can't get anything from testing. I mean, I agree, yeah. But that's not unusual. Medium scale hauling. They're all from Levski, that's good. And they're all going to New Babbage, so I'll accept that. That's 24.
Welcome.
I doubt I still have my Argo, yeah, they don't have my Argo here, so we'll do the Cutlass Black.
Your vehicle has
What they needed to do is they need to build out a tool to attribute all of the ships to the to testers, which itself takes time away from just building the damn game. So what they should do, XOR, is they should, and I'm hoping this is a little bit easier, is if they made everything a free rental. So you could rent all of the ships for free in the PTU. Or they already give us a fucking 13 million. Just let us rent the ships. Just make the ships rentable in game. I'd love to see a 625. 625A is like a battle, as like a gunboat. I have an idea for pizza made in Pyro, and that not only will see nuts and a Poa wraps will be topping, but the pizza is baked in the sun flares that happens on Pyro. Call it Fire at Pizza. Would a 615 be a smuggler's boat? It would be, what we would do is you'd have the 600 series, the 600i, and the 625A. Because the 600, the original 600 was a cargo ship. What did they announce that they're going up in price? In game or like in by cash? It makes sense. They were far too cheap. The raft especially needed to get changed because it was like it got overhauled and kept the same price. Is it both in game and in IRL cash? Going up. Cash. Makes sense. I'm surprised they held back on this The thing y'all need to remember, and this sounds shitty, but it is very true, is that CIG, from like almost day one, were saying that the reason why you should pledge for the ships now-ish, or like when the game was first being built, is because they were the cheapest they were ever going to be. That's not a secret, yeah. But it's one of those things where like every ship's gonna go up in price. And eventually, I mean, already it's the case. Let's see, is the back open? It's not open. Okay. Let's open at the back. Am I launching missiles? No, I'm launching chaff. Just a web store. Yeah. Pledge early and pray they don't do terrible things to your concept ship between pledge and its final pass. Something's really weird going on. There we go. Whoa, what the fuck? There's some really weird bug here. Just gonna have to go out and get it, do it manually. They really need to overhaul ship tractor beams. I wanted to test that out to see if it worked. And it does technically work, but it's just not in a good shape. God, this is so much snappier. Hi, Bill. I was trying to use my Starlancer Max on the PTU and couldn't get the cargo off its grid, just like the bad old days. Something funky is going on, for sure. It's like moving a couch. I really wish they overhauled this banging noise.
Them biddies.
You know what spaceship help you move these boxes? The Redeemer.
It's simple. No, I don't think so.
Engines online. Launch complete. Landing gear up.
I love this song, this track, chat. What time's Captain's Table today? In about little over an hour. So it's like an hour and 10 minutes ish. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of ships. I'll stop at the gate.
Shield system offline. Quantum drive is now on.
What?
Emergency stop. Quantum drive is now off. Shield system online.
Get this fucker. Come on. Come on. We tag him. Lock onto you. Oh, that's an Idris. There's just a bunch of people fucking around. No, it's a goddamn Idris. How am I still in an interdiction field? There we go. Is someone on the Idris popping the interdictions? They got you surrounded, those poor bastards. There was a whole sea empty there, so I'm assuming someone set up an interdiction to capture whole seas. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Take an interdiction ship like a Mantis, put it inside a Idris, turn it on, and now you've got a mobile interdiction frigate. Because you can put a Mantis and several fighters on an Idris. I looked at my my playtime. Because it'll tell you how long you've played on the AMD app, and it was something like 300 hours. Since I got this new machine, I've played Star Citizen 300 to 500 hours. It was somewhere between those two. And no other game was even close. It's like, yep, I play a lot of Star Citizen. So I guess you like Star Citizen then. Well, it's funny because like I'm more known about for talking about Star Citizen rather than playing Star Citizen. But I play Star Citizen a lot. It's the thing that I always want to like emphasize to people is that there are plenty of people who you probably know for playing Star Citizen or for talking about Star Citizen.
Landing gear up.
Who do play the game frequently, but you don't see them play them
Proceed
frequently
to side landing bay.
because they either never you just don't get recommended their gameplay stuff, or you just never bothered to check. Thank you. Something feels weird about this. I feel like I'm in cruise control even though I'm not in cruise control. I feel like I'm moving a lot more. It's because I'm not used to flying this thing. I might be uncoupled. As soon as I'm flying an decoupled, okay. I actually should probably get used to that anyways. Yeah, I have G-Safe on. I don't have a Cuddy anymore, Omega. I have a Corsair, but I don't own a Cuddy. I've always said the Cuddy is a great system ship, not a great inter-system ship. Looks like I've emerged. Yes, I have. What is coupled? No, I know, but I'm couple is C. It's also my cruise control. That's the reason why I've been hitting C for cruise control. It seems it's set to just C as well. The thing that the Cutlass Black does well is that the Cutlass Black can haul more shit. It is very versatile. Not only can it haul like cargo, but it can haul vehicles. It can haul people. You know, there's seats so you don't flop around on the deck. It's got easy entrance and exit. The problem with it is it just doesn't have enough fuel to really justify going intra-system, whereas the Freelancer has more fuel to do that. The Shiv is just a more punchy version of the Cutlass Black. I'm gonna get some water. By the time I get there, when I get there, it'll. I'm gonna go use the restroom, get some water. By the time I come back, I might be there. Yes, I am going to do the lore tours this year. I'm gonna announce the schedule on the Galactic Historian, the Astro Historian YouTube, and I'll also post it on the Discord. But I can tell you this. Thursday, it's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern. Friday, it'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then pretty much the rest of the week, it's going to be at noon. So it'll be earlier in the day for everybody the rest of the time.
Quantum fuel is at 58%.
I was right. I went to go use the restroom, got some water, talked to my wife, and I'm still fucking quantuming. The reason why this is because it's actually at the Magnus Gateway, which is the furthest out from Stanton. The Levski newspaper loading screen really puts down the IAE. Yeah, because it's written by a bunch of radicals in Levski. Levski fucking hates the UEE. A vast majority of the people who live in Nyx do not like the UEE. even the people who don't like each other hate the UEE more. You kind of see that with Pyro, but because Pyro is such a fucked up system, it's a little bit harder to like visualize. But with Nyx, like they're somewhat coordinated. So the Asgard is just the XL version of the Cutlass. They're the same ship, but the Asgard's bigger. That's it. And it's also, but I mean, like in terms of its usefulness, in terms of its punchy power, in terms of its multi-crew status, like they're the same ship. Functionally, they're the same ship, but it's the XL Cutlass. By the way, Astro, did you see the sign-based lore in Levski where they list the rules, precepts of living in Levski? I haven't seen it. I've seen the screenshot of it, but I haven't actually seen it, no. Because I do want to find that so I can add that to my system survey. I will not be doing a system survey when 4.4 releases because I want to wait until the planets get in and we have a little bit more lore of what's going on with the planets. Because then I can also get footage of the planet so I can actually do some decent work. Basically, CIG is not finished writing the story of Nyx, and so I will wait until they actually have all of the parts of Nyx released to do a system survey. The Asgard should have just been a rework of the Valk instead of a new ship, in my humble opinion. I get why they did it, though, because they wanted to have a smaller ship that could still carry a tank. Those larger tanks. Is on level 0 next to the airlocks in the tunnel. I'll have to go down there, take a look. Why is it mining base? As far as we know, they're still in Pyro, and some of them you see.
You can take away my space.
Like the Fire Rats and the Horizon. They're both, you both fight them in the contested zones, but they don't have unique armors yet. They're a commune. They're an anti-government commune, is what they are.
X Epsilon 115.
Overlords have been retconned.
For 21 months. Looks like I'm legal. Time to drink.
Thank you so much for that 21 months of support there, X Epsilon. You're a very important pupper, very impressive, Mr. Very pedestrian. You rock. Shots and cheers. Chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. Welcome to the legal drinking club. Only in the U.S. though. Everywhere else we're legal at 18. Yeah, Overlords have been retconned out of existence. They changed the descriptions of the Overlord's armor, so the Overlords are now gone, even though they were the coolest. The Sentai team armor. The ones that like were like super jank, but they all had different colors and they had different unique names. The Star Citizens version of the Sentai team.
You are clear to launch.
Found you the perfect spot.
The cool welded armor, yeah. What do you think the talking ship does IAE 2955? Are those two characters new, or do they have some new mentioned lore? Of the talking shop? I've not heard of that. Where are you finding this, Exor? Can it really truly be retroactive continuity if the game hasn't been released and codified? Yeah, because it was already released as lore before. Jesus, fuck, that's loud. What the shit?
Thanks for visiting Cancel the space assigned to you. And remember, thanks from the Moby glass on your wrist. There you are. To the heart-pounding thrill of your favorite sim. Microtech is working hard to push innovation further.
Oh, it's the voice, the announcer lady from, like, in general. That's nice. Honestly, I think it's a mistake to have retconned them out of existence. They were a cool idea, and they could bring them back in the future, but I'm sad that they decided to not have them be a thing. I'm so happy this is so much faster. Still have to get used to how snappy it is, though. Because I'm anticipating it being slower after using these for so long. It's likely that the way that they decided to go with Pyro has changed. So they wanted to change the lore so they wouldn't have to do this team, because they wanted them to be sort of like this team you could work with in the future, and they were like, it's too much work. We're not going to do that. So let's just remove them for now, and we'll revisit it in the future. It's shitty, but it is what it is. I'm sure there's a chance for them to come back, for sure. But right now, they've retconned them out. While I'm here... I wish CIG respected the lore team more. I wish they had a different focus. It's not that they don't respect their lore team. It's that I feel like they suffer from the game being in development. So
You are all clear to leave.
they suffer from so much focus on the development that the teams that are working together to try to make cool shit can't work together to make cool shit because anything they make might be broken in a patch or might rely on things that don't work properly.
Thanks for visiting New Babbage. And remember, from the Moby glass on your wrist to the heart-pounding thrills of your favorite sim, Microtech is working hard to push innovation further. Here we go. Got a spot all for you.
Landing gear up.
They weren't permanently removed in the sense that CIG has said something like, you know, yes, they're gone. Fuck you if you like them. You know, we hated them. They just removed them from the descriptions. They changed the descriptions so they're not actually in reference to the Overlords anymore. The armors aren't.
You should be good to go. You are all clear to leave. Thank you for visiting New Babbage, the proud home of Microtech, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity.
Yeah, see, it's the same announcer from like the New Babbage spaceport. So I'm guessing she's some sort of like AI. She's not as cool as Elson. All hail our hippie king.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Everyone here hopes you enjoyed your visit to Microtech, the Empire's leading innovator in all things technology. Different is good.
So we need to hear that message from New Babbage every time now?
New Babbage. And remember, from the Moby glass on your wrist to the heart-pounding thrills of your favorite sim, Microtech is working hard to push innovation further.
Landing gear down.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Quantum fuel is at 100%.
I think CIG should bring back the Overlords, and I don't mind the Sentai team aesthetic, but they should probably go for, like, to make the stories work, they could make it that each leader of the Overlords is like the Knights of the Round Table. Like, there's a leader, but they're all equals, and each of them control maybe their own small cadre gang. So they're more like a union of gangs that are doing good, that are there to do good, rather than a like 5 superheroes who just fuck you up.
You are all clear to leave.
You are clear to launch.
Here we are. One space, as promised. You're all set to go.
I think that would be a good, unique aesthetic. Because like what CIG lacks in a lot of the pyro gangs is they need to have their own unique flair, their reason to exist.
Thank you for visiting New Babbage.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Yeah, she'll do in the council. Whom we should, whom I've, we decided on the,
There you are. Welcome to New
You are
Babbage.
clear to launch.
we decided on the office hours that the leader of the head of the council,
There we go. Found you the perfect spot.
should be played by Nick Cage. Like a league that's all about justice? Yeah, but like less of a Justice League superhero style and more like knights who've taken it upon themselves to dispense justice, and they have their own squires and men-at-arms that they control. But like not feudal, and more in the sense of like they're vigilantes. So each of them are vigilantes who've come together with their own gang of vigilantes to work together for the common good. The leader of the council, only known as the Coppola. Yes. Listen, that is the only role in Star Citizen that I can think of that Nick Cage would both enjoy and eat the fucking scenery with. I'd also like CIG to work with the guy who plays Mr. Hands, Alex. Oh, I can't remember his last name. He's a great actor. You know, I'd also like them to work with this guy named Meyer. Cool guy. The only problem is Cage is on the West Coast. I understand, and CIG is now in England. That doesn't mean they can't hire him and have him fly him out, or have him do some work, like rent out a stage in LA to do it. Especially if it's Nicolas fucking Cage. I guarantee you, I mean, this is post 1.0 sort of thing, because I don't think it will have much of any interactions with the leadership of the council until CIG has more of an idea what they want to do with it. But, which is post 1.0, to be quite clear. But I guarantee you, if you said, hey, the next update for Star Citizen is introducing the leaders of the council, and the leader is the head of the council is played by Nick Cage, people will be like, what is Star Citizen and where can I buy this? Thanks, Tay-Tay. Or Tay-Tay-Tay. It took a lot of fucking effort, that one. I enjoyed it, and I really enjoy what they've been doing with it, so I hope they keep up the same level that rewards the deep dive. People have been asking for that ASD video forever, and the funniest fucking thing is that I was like, all right, it's gonna do pretty well. Like, I did my video that kind of covers every single ship of the UE Navy. Like, some people complained, they're like, I didn't want this. This is lazy. You're just duct taping shit together. And other people, a lot of people were like, yeah, this is great. And the thing that really showed it was that it has a 99.7% like ratio, and it has almost 20,000 views in a week. My average is like 12,000 for a video. So I was like, damn, I was not expecting that to do good. So it was doing really good after not posting a video for 2 months. So then I post this video on ASD, and yeah, it's the second best video I've released, and it's only in the last 10 videos, and it's behind my Idris video, which was, I released the day the Idris released. So it got fuck tons of views. And it's very quickly overtaking the Idris video.
We have a pad that's open.
Gear down. Landing gear up.
I'm gonna go back and remake some of that because there's been some updates and changes. But I'm gonna wait until we have more information about the different capital ships. Cillian Murphy isn't English. He's Irish, isn't he?
Warning, you are leaving the safe zone. Landing gear down.
Guy with his nose down. That's how you do it. You nose down when you get close to it.
You are leaving the safe zone.
For the captain's tomato. Tomato's not on this one.
Landing complete.
Well, I should have known. Like, literally everyone since ASD and Onyx came out, everyone's been like, I need an ASD video. I need an ASD video. I have no fucking idea what's going on. I'm like, I get you. I understand. You really have to, like, piece together all of the pieces using all of the audio logs, and it's just a difficult thing to do when everyone's trying to kill you. The AC story is presented like a FromSoft story. Omega. You know this already, but for those of you who don't know, there's a reason for that. Because CIG has stated, or Chris Roberts has stated, that his big influence on for Star Citizen comes from Demon Souls. Oh Darsh can come on. I think Darsh has just been taking some time off, that's all. I want Darsh to come on with Vertigo and Humeka. When we talk about... I know it was going to be Darsh, Vertigo... Oh, it was Humeka, but it's also Tomato, because all of them have like they're like... Alright, dismiss. Let me set up this. I'm gonna get this done, and then we'll start off, but... Move. Remove. Move. Yeah, gearheads. They're all gearheads. Sorry, I realized I had to set up for the captain's table. I think they have serial numbers on them. Oh, dang. They made some progress on this game, it seems. Nice to see more work being completed here. This is a new cargo thing that's kind of fancy. They got the Exodus mets for lifting cargo in place too. Yes. Yeah, that stuff was added like a year or two ago. But yeah. This is also a new feature for this coming patch, which is this is an interstellar cargo run. So now you can take cargo from one system to another.
Attention, pilot, you are cleared for takeoff.
Engines online. Launch complete.
Well, I also have a much wider POV. My FOV is like 130. I jacked that all the way up. It disorients some people. They're like, wait, why is yours look so weird? And it's like, because I like bigger.
Thank you for your patronage.
I've been away from Strike Time probably almost 2 years, maybe more. So they've added server meshing. So server meshing, there's now a total of 600 people per server, 600 to 700 people per server. Well, per shard, because it's each server is on its own. They added an entire narrative arc that you can do at all times, called the Science Run Amok arc. They've added some new sandbox activity stuff, like there's a new sort of extraction shooter locations you can do, where if you collect certain things, you can actually get free ships out of it. You just have to like go to a place to retrieve it. That's all in Pyro, because Pyro's out now. And they've added Nyx this latest patch, so which is going to be coming out in the next week or so. Bunch of new ships. There's not a ton of features that have been updated, other than like the basic stuff. They're testing engineering right now in a tech preview, which is basically like a test of the test. It's a weird bug. Pyro. Pyro Gateway. What do you mean targets another system? Still bugs. Hey, Hagboard. There we go. And the pyro, gas up on the other side of pyro.
Quantum drive is now on.
I do hope 4.4 comes out before the 20th to fix things before Free Fly IAE. I hope so as well. I hope it comes out on Monday or Tuesday so they have like a day or two to do some hot fixes. They won't though. Is Vulcan fully in the tech preview? Yes, Vulcan is fully in the tech preview. Yeah, it's Brintu. I don't know if you're still Brintau. I don't know if you're still here, but that's the wonderful thing about doing what you did, which is just disappearing for a couple years and coming back, is for those of us who pay attention on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, monthly basis, and play the game routinely, it feels like nothing gets done. But then you talk to someone like yourself who's like, yeah, I haven't played the game in like 2 years. What's going on? It's like, oh, this, and you start listening after like, oh yeah, there's been a lot of shit in the last 2 years. You know? Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna see a clusterfuck on Thursday. I do think that they're gonna, if they release it on Thursday, the plan is to sort of try to smooth it out before the weekend, because Thursday probably won't be the biggest rush. It'll probably be more like the weekend. I love my clickety clack.
Quantum fuel is at 75%.
Might even release a day to log in to be stuck in 4.3.2 release day. Yeah, I definitely wait a day. And if you can. It's a great thing to hear. Last I remember, they were added a massive ship to the game for Mission Deep Space, like a cruise ship of some sorts. Oh yeah, no, they have the Idris, which is a frigate. They have a frigate, corvette, missile torpedo corvette as well, the Polaris and the Idris. This next patch, they're going to be releasing their gunboat, the Perseus gunboat. Idrises are a pain in the ass to deal with, but they're really cool to be on. Sorry, Brintau. I'll say here in a moment. The fuck's the Ratal? The Perseus is the oldest ship in the game. Oh, Retaliator? Oh, Perseus is older than the Retaliator. The Tally was built during the first Tavaran War. The Perseus was built before the first Tavaran War. It was built before Tavaran First Contact. It was built before Xi'an First Contact. Yeah. It was built in the 2520s, like 2528. We didn't have contact with the Xi'an until like 2529 or 2530. Yeah, the Retaliator is in all likelihood the first human ship of that size, so below a capital ship that could have a shield on it. My theory is that it was built using Tavaran technology. They basically Aegis basically reverse engineered Tavaran shield tech and used the Retaliator as the test bed. Which is why it was able to do so much fucking damage during the Battle of Idris, because it was basically indestructible. It had all the same perks as the Tavaran techs, and Tavarans just couldn't get around it. The current Perseus is a ground-up rework. Basically, they stopped making the Perseuses in 2860. They completely retired them from production and modification. 2860. It was only because of one of the effectively mothballed Perseuses that had been called back into service for the Battle of Oberon, the Achilles. Because of its insane, how well it did in the Battle of Oberon, Bishop asked for it to be reinstated and to be updated. So the Perseus we have that's being released is effectively a brand new remake of the original Perseus. All right, back to that 3-minute ad. Sorry about that, Print 2. So what I was saying was, yeah, this is, welcome to Pyro. I just went to a different system. I was going through a jump point. Okay. What are the different relative tech levels of different species? Initially, everyone had more tech levels than humanity. I think humanity is now caught up to the rest of the galaxy, though the Xi'an are still ahead of us, but only barely. Because they have a better understanding of anti-grav technology than we do. Which is changing in the funniest way possible. Based off of the lore right now, the first real company to have figured out how to effectively use anti-grav was Drake.
Brintao just got a sub from Rubensaurus. Rubensaurus gifted a tier 1 sub to Brintao.
Thank you so much for gifting that.
This is their first gift sub in the channel.
For gifting that sub to Brintao. You're very, very important puppers, very impressive business training pedestrians. You rock. Shots and cheers and check, yo. Shots and cheers. Also, isn't their industry better? It is, sort of.
Fuel is at
15%? Or 50%, okay. And it's 15%.
Engines offline. Resistance offline. Weapons online. Can I bring some down and retrieve the alternative craft?
I'm gonna stop off at a station before I hit Bloom. Is there a station that I can hit on the way? Yes, I can. All right, I'm gonna hit Starlight and then go to Bloom. Hold on, I'm gonna put a call on and then mute them. Hey. Wait for Grim. I'm still playing the game. I'm gonna wrap up this last little bit right here, and then I'll get you all set up. But I wanted to make sure you know that I wasn't like ignoring you.
I'm still sleeping.
All right, we still have like I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes, and I'll talk with y'all. I can't hear Grim if you're talking, Grim.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool. Now I can hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
All right, I'll be right back. When's the next Imperator election? 2960. So in 5 years. No, they didn't steal their tech. Drake built the Dragonfly. And when the first Dragonfly arrived at a joint human-Xi'an colony, because there's a colony, there's a planet that has Xi'an and human colonies on it, and they kind of work together. It's sort of like a, you know, we live in peace sort of thing. One of the members of the human colony got a Dragonfly, so they took it over to the Xi'an colony to show it off, be like, hey, this is our anti-grav tech. And the people in the Xi'an colony had never seen something like this. And so they were fascinated by it, and they asked if they could ride it around, so they drove it around and stuff like that. And they told their like leader, their like magistrate, about it. And the magistrate basically reported back to the Xi'an Empire being like, the humans have this cool anti-grav bike tech. And they're like, what the fuck? Why haven't we done it? We're the masters of anti-grav. And that's how the Nox was created. It was created as a response to the Dragonfly. So it's very, very funny that like humanity is catching up to the Xi'an, and the company that caught up is actually creeping up to them and exceeding them in some cases is the jankiest fucking company in the verse. How long between elections? It's 10 years for Imperator elections. We don't know how long it is for senatorial elections, as they haven't really spelled that out, because they haven't needed to. But I'm assuming that probably in 2028, which will probably be after Star Citizen goes 1.0, so in like 2 or 3 years, they will have a senator election, and they'll probably like lay out how long you can serve as a senator. When is X coming on? He'll be here. He's already here. I've just muted everything in here. I'll be. I'm gonna finish up this mission, and then we're gonna hop over to the setup. When does the drop start again? Drop starts on the 20th, November 20th. I don't know what the jank is. The ship's definition of jank. Gray's Market isn't really a ship manufacturer as much as it's a dude with duct tape. That's like saying like Hot Rod Customs made with welded steel and hopes, and the backyard or in the barn of some Appalachian moonshiner is also a car manufacturer, just like Ford. You know. Leader drop command, yeah. So those on YouTube, we're gonna move over to the other one. Might even Engineering's way too unbalanced. You can almost one-shot a Gladius if you hit the power plant with ballistics. I mean, that's kind of the point. Is there a way to send a super chat that does not have the message show up publicly? No, not that I know of. Do you have a question? You want to ask me like a private question? You can message me on Discord. I have Discord listed in the description.
Landing gear down.
God, it's taking me too long. Engineering so far is a mixed bag. Some of the mechanics are good. You take too much damage too quickly anytime in a minute. That's just a balance issue, though. That's not a problem with the feature. It's a problem of balance.
Landing complete. Quantum fuel is at 100%.
I wanted to ask, but I also didn't want to freeload. I mean, you're not freeloading. It's what I'm streaming for, you know. Uh, 2 hours late. Did you do any TP stuff? A little bit of tech preview. We just kind of looked at stuff.
Engines offline. Engines online. Launch complete.
But I also don't think it's unbalanced that a ballistic should be able to nearly one-shot kill a Gladius if you hit the power plant. That seems very realistic. And also within balance, because the Gladius should be very weak in comparison to some things, and you have to use your speed and maneuverability to get around those shots.
Landing shield system offline.
There you go. I didn't vote for Addison either. I voted for Go. Here, Go. She would have been more effective than Addison. Addison's very ineffective. There was the son of the last Imperator who was running for office. But in the next elections, the ones that we know of for sure will be 2930. Hate to tell you, an F-16 or MiG-21 takes a single 30mm to the engine, it's gonna blow up as the engine self-disassembles. Yes, but there's a limit between realism and fun. But part of the balance of a light fighter is it shouldn't take damage very easily. The other problem though is that we don't have armor. So like armor, the ship itself should also have some armor to prevent it, so it shouldn't be able to through a fucking bullet to the power plant instantly. It's the same problem that Master Mode's had, which is it's hard to give you feedback on something when it itself is a work in progress and requires 2 or 3 other features which aren't in the game yet for us to really see the balance for it.
Contact
If I die here, I'll just call it. Not gonna shoot him. Away.
Docking initiated. Shield system online. Docking denied. Landing gear down.
If it's a brand new system, it should run okay. It's the game isn't optimized, so you may have some other issues. Okay, so this is a problem. Sorry, guys. A little rough on you. I want to make sure you don't disappear on me. Go. I'm not trafficking, I'm rescuing people, okay? They're paying to get out of their contracts with Hurston. So I'm actively fucking over Hurston. There you go, got that done. Exactly. And, you know, I'd fuck over Hurston for free.
Engines online. Launch complete.
Who are the Dead Saints? The Tisa Pacheco's gang. I'm just gonna get out of the atmosphere and then log out. So what you're saying is I can fuck over Hurston and I get paid for it? Exactly. You had me at fuck Hurston, but you're gonna pay me money? You're gonna pay me how much money? All right. So I'm learning. I'm going to turn off here. I'm gonna exit the main menu. All right, we're gonna get set up with the captain's table. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm gonna switch over to the captain's table here in a moment. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right, chat. We'll be right back. We're gonna get started here in like 3 or 4 minutes. And if you're on YouTube, swap over to the YouTube. It's gonna go live there soon.